Hey y'all, welcome back. Today, I am making nachos, and not just any nachos. I am using my dietitian skills and knowledge to make these nachos healthier and still taste freaking delicious. So let's get amped up. My name is Nicole. I'm a registered dietitian, and I am on a mission to make your life healthier in an easy, sustainable way. So never taking things away. It's always about what can I add to my meal, to my snack, to my diet that's gonna create a healthier version of myself. What I call these foods is, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I call these foods mullet foods. Mullet foods. A mullet like the hairstyle. It's business in the front, party in the back. If there's ever a meal that's full party, it is nachos. Although, we do need a little business. And the business is just amping up that fiber, decreasing that saturated fat, picking healthier proteins. So let's get started. I have my pan. I'm going to spray it with some olive oil spray. You can also use just like aluminum foil. And today, the chips I am actually using are the hippie chips. Now these were on sale at Whole Foods. They're also on Amazon. You can buy them there as well. They are just made of chickpeas, so the ingredients are chickpea flour, corn flour, sunflower oil, pea fiber, sea salt. Oh, and that's it. And really, it isn't much different than your regular chip. So you could totally have regular blue corn chips or regular tortilla chips. It's just a little bit more fiber and a little bit more protein in the hip piece. Also, it's just fun to use a different chip for your nachos. And this is what they look like. I'm also gonna add these chips just to give it a little different color and mix it up a little bit. Have each bite tasting slightly different. How fun. And this is what these look like. You want to create a very flat surface so that they all get some toppings, because the worst thing about nachos is when you get a dry chip. You know what I mean?
I freaking hate a dry chip.
I'm always looking for the chip that has the most ingredients. Okay, the first thing to add to your nachos is the cheese. And I got two different kinds of cheese things that I'm gonna try today. One I'm gonna try before I add it because I've never had it. I'm using a part skim mozzarella. One, just to limit the saturated fat on my nachos, which really is my goal for most meals. Research is conflicting about using skim versus whole milk cheese because some studies are showing benefits to having whole fat cheeses. So if you're fine with it, go for it. My preference is the part skim. I just like reducing the saturated fat. But for those that are lactose intolerant, plant-based queso. So all this is made out of is cashews, water, potatoes, carrots, coconut oil, olive oil, nutritional yeast, vinegar, garlic, jalapeno peppers, citric acid, and sea salt. So let's try it because honestly, I've never tried it. So this might be a huge fail. It smells like queso. I should probably show you what it looks like. Okay. Ooh. The flavor is spot on. It's not as velvety as regular queso, but is it, how do I explain this? It's a little spicy queso. The texture is a little off. It's a little bit more of a mixture of thin versus chunky peanut butter. It just has a slight rough texture, but also soft, if that makes sense. It's not crunchy, but it's not velvety smooth like normal queso. If you are plant-based and you wanna do a vegan option, go for this homemade spicy queso. For this nacho recipe, I'm using two different proteins. So I have a plant-based protein as well as an animal-based protein. For the animal-based protein, this was on sale at Whole Foods, so I grabbed some pulled chicken just to add on top of the nachos. Now, if you're like, Nicole, what else can I use? Really, if you have any leftover proteins in your refrigerator, it's a perfect thing to add on top of nachos. A rule of thumb to pick a leaner protein, again, there will be gray area in this statement, but a general rule of thumb is the less legs, the better. Pig have 4 legs, Generally speaking, those cuts have a little bit higher saturated fat. Then you have chicken and turkey. They have 2 legs, a little bit less saturated fat. And then fish are generally a good source of healthy fats, and they have 0 legs, just a swimming in the ocean. You can also say,
What about shrimp? They have so many legs.
again, this rule isn't airtight. Shrimp is also a great source of protein, as it is basically just protein, very little fat. And really it has 0 legs are beans. So if you are not eating meat or you are more plant-based, this nachos had some extra beans to it. I've never had them before. They were on sale, so I'm giving them a shot. These already have seasonings in them. They are such a great source of protein, plant-based protein, as well as a great source of fiber. And we know that most Americans do not get the recommended daily allowance of fiber, and beans are a very easy way to do it. 1/2 cup has about 6 grams of fiber, which is already around 20% of your needs for the day. And quickly, let me just try these beans real quick, because if I don't like them, good to know. Oh wow. Although they were gonna be saucy, they're not saucy at all. So good. Let me go right there. There we go. Wow. Highly recommend. All right, let's add these proteins to our nachos. So since my chicken really has no flavor, it's just plain whole chicken, I'm gonna add some spices. And these are the spices I had in my pantry. You could just add some taco seasoning to it if you wanted to make it more taco-y. So this is what I'm gonna add. Next thing I'm gonna make is basically a melody of the toppings that I'm gonna put on top of my proteins. So what I'm gonna add are my it's not habanero, jalapeno, kale, red pepper, 1/2 of one, 1/2 of an onion, as well as a poblano pepper. They taste a little bit more of a bitter green pepper. If you're not a green pepper person, don't add them. You're not gonna like them. Now and then you'll get a spicy poblano. So before you add it to anything, taste it so that you don't overdo the spice. Make sure you cut every vegetable into teeny tiny pieces so that each chip you get can have a myriad of tasty treats. Spread your toppings evenly across all nachos. If you want to add some extra cheese, this is when you would top your nachos with cheese. So that's it. I'm gonna add them in the oven at 350 for about, because these are so thick, probably 8 to 12 minutes. So I'm gonna do a timer, 8 minutes, see how they look, and go from there. Easy. Now while those nachos are cooking, I'm gonna cut up the toppings for the nachos so that we are ready to go when they're done. And that is the rest of the jalapeno, because I only wanna cook some of it. Some you want some fresh jalapeno. Cilantro, because cilantro is so freaking tasty. If you're not a cilantro person, don't have it. I found this new salsa, I'm gonna give it a shot. It's a medium. It's the same brand as the queso. It was on sale as well, so I ordered it. And now I'm even more stoked since I like the queso. We have some avocado, healthy fats. The more healthy fats, meaning unsaturated fats you add in your diet, the better for your heart health. There are plenty of studies that show benefits of when you swap out saturated fats for unsaturated fats, your good cholesterol goes up, your bad cholesterol goes down. It's really just a heart healthy thing you can do. And studies show that a diet with a lot of fiber in it decreases your risk for chronic diseases. So why not add some extra avocado and fiber in your day? And a big secret that I have to decrease that saturated fat and also increase the protein intake is adding some Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has far less saturated fat than sour cream. Also, it has a ton more protein. It has some calcium, which is a huge, huge, huge win for your heart, for your health, and you're just gonna feel better after that meal. The nachos are ready, and let's get them. Let's see what they look like. I'm pumped. So I'm down here so you can see. We're gonna make our own little bite of a chip and see what we think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do tomato. Obviously I would say like grab a spoon or something, but it's my house. Little salsa. Y'all have to make this. It's so stinking good. Every bite tastes different because there's ingredients all over the board. It is so flavorful, so fresh. The tiny pieces of poblano peppers I really feel come through. The sour cream, well, not really sour cream, the Greek yogurt puts it over the edge. And I'm really loving this cashew queso. It definitely didn't melt like cheese melts. It's more like a cheesy hummus. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like a cheesy hummus. Wow, I am starving. I do think it is missing olives, and I really wish that I had some corn in it. Otherwise, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. I am stoked. I'm gonna make these even more often. All right, y'all, that is the video. If you liked today's video, press the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if there's any other like mullet recipes you want me to create, if there's anything that you normally eat and you wanna know how to amp up its nutritional value, ask your girl. I'm here to make your life a little healthier and a little bit more fun. So until next time, drink your water, eat your fruits and vegetables, be kind to yourself and those around you, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.